I'm having my good bandwidth, many times that client issue will be there, but no worries. If you got such issue, no worries. You can try that again, reconnect that, close the browser, and again connect using the same details what I shared in email. And if you cannot connect, no worries. You will get the recording there later on at the end of today's say late evening. I will share that at the end of our today's session. So yeah, my name is Manoj. I'm having a lot of certifications, you know. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm a AWS certified trainer. I am having a lot of AWS certifications. I'm having Google certifications. I'm having a bunch of certifications in IT industry. I request you to visit this website to browse my certifications. I will share this in the chat window. This is my profile. I'm a full-time trainer here in Certification Guru, and we are the owners also. We are the owners and we are the trainers also. Let me show you the about us page here. This is me and my wife Sangeeta. We are both the trainers and we are the owners itself. This is a small institute. Only 2 people are here for managing this entire training batches. You know, all subjects. I'm conducting batches for this IT pros, and Sangeeta is taking the batches for developer track. She is busy with .NET and Java certification and normal training courses for programming batches. But I'm busy with my Windows server. I'm having vast technologies with me. I'm having these Azure certifications completed. I'm teaching that Azure. I'm teaching AWS. I'm having a bunch of AWS certifications completed. I recently passed in August, somewhere on 1st August, I passed this Google Cloud Architect also. I am having in my plan for this Alibaba certification also within few months. Till this year end, I'm having plan to go and get this Alibaba certification also completed there. Okay, this is about me. This is about our institute. We are the owners. We conduct all these batches personally. Okay, we are here for this technology cloud computing. We are going to learn what is cloud. We will see that what are the basic terms and terminologies there, what are the types of clouds available, what are the service offerings from these cloud providers. We will see that. And the most important question, what you will have in your mind, what type of job roles you will see in the market. We will go and have that list browse there. We will see that list. We will go and discuss about the available job roles in the market, and then we will think about the cloud certification. What are the certifications available in the market? You can see that certifications. I'm already having these notes shared. You can go and watch that recording immediately, or you can go and refer that later on also for this cloud in the IT certifications, you can say. And then we will have some FAQ session where you can ask me the questions. I will have some at least say 5 or 10 minutes allocated for you to discuss the career related questions there. You can ask me the questions at the end also, no worries. Now this is the first topic, introduction to cloud computing. The basic term what we can refer for this cloud is storing the data on someone else's hard drive. You know, in company environment, on your personal devices, or in company environment, you store this data. This is me, and I need to store my data in my local hard drive. This local hard drive belongs to my laptop, my device. Or in company environment, you will have that data stored on a file server, you know, company owned server. So this is the normal environment what you have in your company environment, what you have in your company. It's called as activity in case it is Microsoft environment. So you will have this all the data stored somewhere in your local devices. But in the cloud environment, in general term, I can say store the data, store files on someone else, store the data on someone else storage devices, someone else that network environment. So I will have that network environment available, and in that remote network I will store my data. So that remote network will have that data securely stored for me. The best example is Google Drive or Microsoft OneNote, Microsoft OneDrive. OneNote is another software. So Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive, these are the good examples for the storage. So what is cloud exactly? Remote storage, remote application server, remote virtual machine, remote everything. The simplest format is storage. I want to store my data remotely on someone else's hardware. That someone else, that provider will maintain the availability, network security, and lot of things for me. I just has to pay the yearly cost or monthly cost. If I'm having that many number of users, I need to just pay the amount for that many users to get that storage devices access. So remote storage of your device, remote storage of your files or data, that is the cloud in the simple, in general language I can say. Now in Wikipedia website, you can see the Wikipedia encyclopedia is nice website where you can have this type of definition there. It's open source encyclopedia. You can refer this Wikipedia page for this cloud computing. It's a simple language. See, a shared pool of configurable computing system resources and higher level services that can be rapidly provisioned. This rapidly provision is important for you. And minimal management effort. You don't need to worry about your storage. You don't need to worry about the hardware cost. You don't need to worry about the management of that hardware. You don't need to worry about lot of things about that physical infrastructure. So over the internet, if you have remote storage devices, if you have remote virtual machines, remote databases, remote services, that's the cloud computing. In the Wikipedia definition, they are saying that. Now the technical definition, which is more popular, consider very you can say very much valuable definition in the industry, from National Institute of Standard and Technology, NIST definition. That NIST defines that cloud computing as a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand. These three keywords are very important: ubiquitous, convenient, and on-demand. Ubiquitous is what? Ubiquitous means available everywhere. See, at the end of this sentence, I'm giving that meaning. Available everywhere, over the internet, over the global services. I can go and access that all the things wherever I am. Only I need to have the internet connectivity. Through that internet, I can go and access. That's the ubiquitous. Convenient, as per my requirement, I can go and use that. Through mobile phone, I can go through command line interface like a PowerShell, or command line interface like a bash script environment, bash environment in Linux, or scripted environment in Linux. I can go and use that services as per my requirement on demand. So if I need, I can go and provision that all the resources. I can go and manage that resources. When I don't need, I can go and terminate that resources. I can go and delete that all the resources. On demand is having very important meaning here. The meaning is pay as you go. Pay as you go. So on demand is equal to pay as you go. What it means? When I need, I will go and provision that. I will just has to pay for that service for that particular duration. It might be in per minute basis or per hour basis. I just has to pay for that much duration. So it's a pay as you go concept. And due to the on-demand nature of this, all the resources, I am free to go with my own requirement. I don't need to sign any long-term agreement or say commitment behind that resource utilization. I don't need to go with that. Okay, this all the resources will get available, will be available for me, will get provision for me in a shared pool. From that shared pool, I will go and access my storage. See, this is a cloud, for example, and in this cloud, I will store my files. I will store my virtual machines. I will store my all the infrastructure. I will go and store my databases there. So these resources are not only allocated for me; they are allocated for other customers also. So that's the shared pool. And these all the resources. What are these resources? The network devices, routers, switches, servers, operating system or hardware, you can say, storage devices, application and services. This all things can be rapidly provisioned within few minutes, within few seconds only. I will get that all the resources for me. And when I don't need, I can go and release these resources with minimal management effort, without service provider interaction. I don't need to go and contact anyone or open a support ticket. I don't need to send an email and ask their help for this reason. I can go and delete the resources. I can go and terminate the instances. I can go and delete the databases when my requirement will get finished, will get completed. So that's the cloud computing. So see here, cloud computing is a shared pool of resources. Cloud computing is a shared pool of resources. This I can go and rapidly provision, and I can go and pay as my demand increase as per my requirement. there is important word, capex, capital expenditure, and operational expenditure. We are going to learn about this capex or opex here, operational expenditure. In next few slides, I will go and discuss about this, why cloud computing is getting popular, because capital expenditure and operational expenditures are getting reduced because of the cloud computing. In on-premises data center, we need to purchase the hardware, we need to manage that all the hardware, we need to manage a lot of things including licensing, manpower, and blah blah blah. But due to the cloud computing, the operational cost and running cost and the investment, one-time investment of your company is getting reduced. Because of that reason, cloud computing is getting popular. Now see here the benefits of cloud computing. It's on-demand self-service. When you need, you can go and manage that. You will get that. Self-service means what? You don't need to wait for a few hours or few minutes, few hours or few days to get that all the resources generated for you or created for you. You can go and provision that. When you don't need, you can go and delete that. That's the on-demand nature, self-service nature. Resource pooling. Resource pooling means what? The resources what I'm getting will get pooled with other customers. Due to this nature, resource pooling nature, the cost is got reduced. You know, in your company, when your company is putting the data center, that data center is owned by your company, and that data center cost, runtime cost of that data center belongs to your company. So you and your company has to pay that entire cost of that data center, runtime cost, and capital expenditure of that data center. You know, that all the thing goes to you or your individual as a one customer. But here this cost is got reduced because your resources with other customers will get pooled in a one single data center. You will be the owner of your resources. Other customers of that cloud provider will be the owner of their own infrastructure or resources what they are putting in that same data center, that same location. You can access this all the resources, this all the cloud computing services over the any type of network. Only that network should have the internet connectivity. That's all. You can have this all the things available from internet. Say from mobile phone, 2G, 3G, 4G connection, or from your lease line broadband connection, from your home connection. You just has to connect through the internet to that resources. That's all. You need to have that all the resources with internet access. That's all. Internet is a compulsory required component there. Rapid elasticity. When you need, you can go and provision that. When you need, you can go and replicate that. You can have the multiple. See, for example, if I need one virtual machine or if I need 10 virtual machines, you know, so I can go and rapidly add that resources, add that virtual machines as per my requirement. And if I don't need, I can go and terminate all the resources. This elasticity is got provided in the cloud environment. This is the awesome part. In my on-premises physical infrastructure, I cannot do this because I need to go, I need to go and purchase that hardware. And at that time, when I am going for purchasing, I need to think about the future plan. What you can say maximum consumption, what my company need to have. I want to use these resources, these servers for say next 2 years or 3 years. I need to think before purchase. I need to think that capacity, what my company need to have, say over the period. I need to plan that future, that utilization today while purchasing that hardware. And in cloud environment, I don't need. I can go today, say only for one virtual machine or two virtual machines, and over the period, as per my requirement will increase, I can go and add more resources there. This is the awesome part. That's the elasticity. And you know, I can put some auto scaling concepts also there. Auto scale is a term here in the cloud environment where I can have all the resources horizontally expanded. What I can say, they can they can get added over the some matrix like a CPU utilization or memory utilization. Automatically that resources will get duplicated or replicated for me in that network environment. That's the auto scaling. I can go and get this auto scaling also implemented. It's a part of elasticity there. So as a human, I don't need to worry about that. As per the load increase, I am having say 10 virtual machines or 20 virtual machines. Think about here. Think about the discount offer these companies are running. For example, say big day offer. Big day offer. Who is offering that big day? Just say for example, big day offer from Amazon. Amazon selling website, Amazon.in or Amazon.com. It's not AWS. I'm talking about the Amazon e-commerce portal. So on that big day, on that offer day, and if they plan for the capacity, say something like on one day or at one time, in 1 minute, they are getting say 1 million requests or 1,000 requests. Should they have that hardware purchase? So after that offer ends, that hardware will sit idly in their data center. They don't need to worry about that, because they will host these all the things in the cloud environment. So for 1 minute, if 1 million customers are there, in next say 5 or 10 minutes, they will have only 10,000 customers, or only 100 customers are there on that portal. So this elasticity will go and have this all the millions customers data workload managed automatically. That's the elasticity. I can have that many resources managed in the background. And when that workload will decrease, automatically that resources will get terminated. It will save my cost, it will save my money, because over the period I don't need that many resources. So it might be 100 virtual machines or 1,000 virtual machines I might need to have for that big day offer. So it might be for a few minutes or few hours, or might be few days. I can go and use this elasticity and I can't do this in my on-premises data center. I can't do this, because on my data center, on my on-premises environment, I need to have all the things purchased. If that hardware is not required, then also I need to put that hardware. And if I'm going to sell that hardware, say return back that hardware, it will be might be I need to pay that. I need to sell that within few rupees only, say as like a scrap material, you can say, because the cost of purchase and selling is having a huge difference there when I don't want that hardware in my data center environment. You have everything here, the measured services, everything will get billed properly. So billing is having automation there, and due to this automation of this billings part, might be per minute basis, there is no human. So if there is no human, there are few chances to get the errors only that in that billing. So these measured services will calculate the billing automatically. You will get charged as per the service utilization, as per the service category, as per the service utilization. That much amount I need to just pay to that cloud provider. These are the awesome things in your cloud environment. These are the benefits. Why companies are moving to cloud? This is the reason. Now, the types of cloud, understanding the private and public cloud. There is third one also, hybrid cloud, but it's not getting popular. Private cloud is similar like your public cloud. Public cloud, the best example is Microsoft Azure or AWS or Google GCP, Google Cloud Platform, or Alibaba Cloud. These are the public cloud offerings. Public cloud means what? That cloud is not inside my company data center, inside my on-premises environment. I didn't need to worry about this. This cloud service provider will manage the hardware, will manage the resources. I just need to pay for that monthly consumption, that monthly consumption. So this cloud provider is awesome concept in the public environment. I'm saving a lot of money there. But in private cloud, you have your data center, and in that data center, you will just implement same services. In your data center, you will implement same services what that Microsoft Azure is offering, what the AWS is offering. I can go and purchase the private cloud from these service providers also, or I can go and implement that cloud environment on my own using VMware technology, using Microsoft technology like SCCM, SCOM, System Center category of the products in short. Or I can go with OpenStack in Linux. I can go and implement this type of cloud environment in my own data center on my own hardware. So it's called as private cloud. Private cloud means what? As the name says, it is private for my company, private for my employees, not the customer. So this private cloud is only inside your data center, inside your company environment. So it is private cloud. If I'm putting some services, behind the private cloud, the important concept is virtualization. You will use some type of virtualization here, might be Microsoft Hyper-V you will use, or you will use VMware ESXi virtualization. But hypervisor, that virtualization layer, is the critical part in the private cloud. In private cloud, you need to go and get this virtualization configured. And hardware responsibility, maintenance, service pack patches will be your own responsibility. Will be everything goes to you. The cost is also got saved, but runtime cost of your data center, it's called as capex and opex. I'm going on the next slide for this, but this all the capex and opex will not be a beneficial part in the private cloud. It's like running your own data center, what you are doing traditionally from many years. Now the hybrid cloud, it's not actually the cloud, it's a merging of this private cloud and public cloud infrastructure. It's not exactly the cloud, but some companies term it as a hybrid cloud. What is a hybrid cloud? Say for example, in private cloud you keep some services. For example, this is my database server, and in public cloud might be AWS environment or Azure environment. I will put my web server. So this is my web server, and this web server will go and fetch the data from this hybrid cloud environment. What I'm having inside the company environment, the database installed or database configured, might be Oracle or Microsoft SQL database I'm having. That web server will go and fetch that data. What I mean, I'm connecting this public cloud with the private cloud, and that environment, that tunnel is your hybrid cloud. It's like a VPN tunnel, you can say. Hybrid cloud is a mixture of services. Some services you will use inside the public environment, and some services you will go and deploy inside the private cloud environment. So hybrid cloud is a mixture of public and private. So as per your requirement, you can go and implement this cloud. But many time, trust me, my dear friends, many time public cloud is getting popular. 99% industries are going over this public cloud. Why? There are valid reasons. I'm going to discuss that reasons here. Who is this? Amit, what you cannot see, the slides, the central screen area, what I'm talking on that slides you can see. Okay, just refresh the browser. Refresh will solve your problem. If not, try to connect from different browser. If you are using Microsoft Chrome or Microsoft Edge, go and try using Google Chrome or Firefox. It works better. Is anyone having this issue? Devendra, Chetan, Danjit? No. Okay. Okay, that's good, my dear. That's good. So there is no issue with my laptop. I just need to confirm with you. That's good. That's good. What you do not have? Okay. Problem you do not have. I suppose that. Yeah, that's the problem of this chat window. I ask the question. I do not wait for the answers. That's the problem. No worries. Refresh will help. Else, you can change your browser in case if that browser is not. There's all the things from this click meeting service is got migrated to HTML5 browser-based technology. Earlier, they was using that Adobe Flash technology for these live streaming sessions. Now they migrated to HTML5 based browser-based technology. Okay, I hope everyone is getting my slides, getting my screen there. What I'm writing, you can see that now. Okay, so what I'm discussing about the public cloud. So every company is moving to public cloud because why? Because the runtime cost of running your own data center is very high. So to avoid that runtime cost of own data center, they are moving away from private data center or private cloud environment to the public cloud environment. So we are here to get that public cloud certifications also, that training and certifications completed. Now on my next slide, I'm explaining you what is the difference between these different services, what cloud providers are offering. What is the difference between these services? Difference between the services and difference with your on-premise environment and the cloud environment. See, the left-hand side box explains the traditional data center environment. So on-premises, traditional legacy IT business, your own data center. My spelling. Your traditional data center is your enterprise IT business. You are managing that data center hardware. You are managing networking, storage, server. Your data center, that is physical location. You can say the property your company has to own that. The space your company has to purchase that location and that all the premises environment. So that's the physical location, you can say. Networking devices, storage devices, servers, that is, I will say, hardware. So you need to purchase the hardware, and on the top of that hardware you will go and implement some type of virtualization. I remember 5 or 10 years ago, 5 or 10 years ago, this virtualization was very popular. Why? This VMware or Hyper-V virtualization was in the boom in the market. Because why? Because you can run in one, on the top of one hardware, in one that rack, you can run multiple operating systems. Then that concept, that's the virtualization concept. So you will have multiple operating systems running, and every operating system will run own applications or databases there. So on the top of that hardware, I will have that virtual machines running. So what it is called as? It is called as virtualization. So you will have that hardware shared with multiple operating system. So every operating system need only partial resources. That resources will get shared using this hypervisor, this virtualization layer. So that this 5 or 10 years ago, this concept, virtualization concept, was very popular. Nowadays, this, based on this virtualization concept, we are having this all the things implemented in our company environment. Your operating system, your databases, your security, you will maintain that security, service pack patches, firewall, hardware firewall, software firewall, and then your company will have your applications running. The applications might be like a Oracle database, might be customized application. Your company need to have like a ERP system, CRM system. What else company business need? That all the things, including hardware, software, licensing, is your own responsibility. So that's your traditional data center. So that's the responsibility. What you need to have, it's customer managed infrastructure. So hardware component, software component, licensing, responsibilities of all the thing goes to you. But now in cloud environment, some responsibilities, see here at the right hand corner, I'm having that software as a service concept. The cloud provider will check all the responsibilities for me. That's called as software as a service. The best example is Office 365. Now tell me, guys, are you using this Office 365? Do you know this Office 365 at least? Yes, everyone on the earth, at least not Office 365, but you can say Google Office, Google Suite. So if you are not using, no problem, you will use the competitor technology, Google Suite there. So that's the software as a service. The best example is Click Meeting, for example. Now you are connecting through browser. I'm teaching you through the browser to this number of my students. It's a browser based service, it's a software based service. I don't need to worry about the source code, I don't need to worry about the service pack patches, I don't need to worry about the hardware cost, runtime cost, I don't need to worry about the licensing cost of on which operating system this Click Meeting is running, how I will go and apply the service pack to that operating system or to that source code. I don't need to worry about that. Click Meeting, Salesforce, Dropbox, OneDrive, Office 365, you can say all together. Google Suite, and another one is WebEx, GoToMeeting. These are the awesome concepts. These are the awesome software. Another software I love in company, you might be using that, Slack, SLACK. Slack is a team communication software. Microsoft Team is another one. So these all the softwares are getting managed as a service, My service provider, my cloud provider will manage the data center, will manage the networking, storage, server, virtualization, operating system, databases, security, and application. What I need to purchase, only I need to worry about the licenses. I need to pay the licenses cost, and I need to assign the licenses. I need to manage the licenses only. Along with data my users are generating. That's my responsibility. But all the traditional data center, what I'm doing in my company environment, that all the responsibilities are getting managed by cloud service provider. In case if it is Microsoft, then that is the Azure. Azure guys will manage that for me. So these all the things are offering. This is software as a service offering from cloud provider, software as a service. So the best example is Azure AD, Azure Active Directory. Another one is Office 365. Office 365 is completely got hosted in a Microsoft Azure environment. Completely 100% it's running in Microsoft Azure data center environment. So Salesforce, Click Meeting is got hosted. You are attending these all the live sessions through Click Meeting. Click Meeting is got hosted in AWS environment. Dropbox, another example, is got hosted in AWS, partially in AWS and partially in their on-premises data center. But that's the software as a service. I don't need to worry about the service pack, patches, and all the things. Application till your lowest layer, that is the physical location environment, that data center environment. Everything will be the responsibility of my cloud provider. That's the software as a service. But in case if my company is developing own software and that software need to execute it, not on your on-premises data center, but I want to execute that software on some ready platform, that's called as platform as a service. What I can say, I want to rent a runtime environment. So I want to go and put my source code, put my application on someone else's hardware. Yes, that's the PaaS offering, PaaS. That's the PaaS offering. You will see here, I will build my application, I will build my source code, and on the top of that ready hardware environment, that runtime environment, my data center, my cloud provider will maintain the data center, networking, storage, server, virtualization, operating system, that's the virtual machines you can say, databases, security, and till the runtime environment, I will see that runtime environment also here. Till that runtime environment, they will maintain this infrastructure for me. I just has to go and deploy my application. I just need to build my source code. This is my source code, and I will go and develop that source code, and then I will put that source code on that environment, that runtime environment. That runtime environment will run my code. That might be my web application like an e-commerce portal, or might be a mobile application like your what mobile application you are using? WhatsApp, for example. Another one is Facebook application, for example. So that entire code will get executed on the top of that hardware, and that hardware is got maintained by my service provider. That's the platform as a service. I'm renting a ready platform. From that service provider. So it's a platform. They are offering me to run my code. That's the platform as a service. If they are selling the software, that's the software as a service. But if they are just renting me the platform to execute my code, this is really good for software development firms. Platform as a service is good offering. You don't need to worry about your, say for example, your company is developing a software like a Salesforce. Point of view of Salesforce do not need to worry about that hardware infrastructure. Salesforce will go and deploy that source code, that application on the top of might be Microsoft Azure or might be AWS environment. They are running that on the top of that cloud. So point of view of Salesforce, it is a platform as a service offering from this cloud provider. Now, if I want more flexibility, I want my own choice of operating system, I want full control of that operating system, then I will go with third offering, that is infrastructure as a code. In this infrastructure as a code, just best example I can say virtual machines. I will get a virtual machine. I will decide what virtual machine need, what should be the OS, what should be the runtime environment in that OS, what version of that OS, edition of that OS, and I will get the virtual machine. And then in that virtual machine, I will go and connect to that virtual machine, inject my data in that virtual machine. I will go and take a remote session through SSH or through RDP of that virtual machine, and then I will go and implement my code, my applications, my service pack patches. That's the everything, every responsibility I will check when I will have that virtual machine running on someone else's hardware. That someone else use your cloud provider. They will maintain the physical infrastructure till virtualization layer, and I will have my own operating system running. That operating system will also be provided by your cloud service provider. You will be responsible person for managing that operating system, service pack patches. You will get more flexibility in the infrastructure as a service, but flexibility comes with responsibility. So you will have more responsibilities in the infrastructure as a service. So traditional data centers are moving to the cloud inside this infrastructure as a service, because they are getting more flexibility, they are getting more control of the data, of the services what they are hosting in the cloud. That's the infrastructure as a service. So what they are doing, they are renting you the infrastructure to run your applications, to run your operating systems, to run your virtual machines. So this infrastructure is got rented. Here in the platform environment, they are renting you the runtime environment. This is runtime environment. This is only the infrastructure. They are giving you the choice of that services infrastructure. They are maintaining only, and here they are maintaining the platform for you, runtime environment for you. So this platform, and here they are maintaining the software, so they are giving you the software access. So this is the difference. What type of access you need, what type of control you need, based on that you will go and select what type of cloud service you want to host, as an infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or software as a service. There is no separate differentiation between these when you go inside the AWS or Azure environment. They are having mixed type of services available. They are having infrastructure also, they are having platform also, they are having software as a service also. They are making all these services under one umbrella available to you. They are giving you all that under one brand image. Next one, total cost of ownership. I was talking about this in second slide somewhere, capex and opex. What is that capex and opex? Here, if you compare this cloud services with on-premises data center, in on-premises environment, you just have to worry about the software licenses, runtime cost as 9% only. It's 9% only software licenses. What you say, opex, operational cost. But behind the screen, this is a tip of iceberg, you can say, and behind that iceberg, that runtime cost, you have to go with capex, and that's this capital expenditures are runtime ongoing cost also. You can say when you will purchase that hardware, it will be one-time cost, but you need to go and get all the things managed very well. Ongoing burden of your IT, like hardware maintenance, service pack patches, network security, database maintenance, and upgradation cost for all these things. Plus, you need to go and get this software managed, service pack patches, upgradation, downtime, performance tuning, customization, integration, upgrade, dependent applications also you need to update. These all the things means hardware, IT personal cost, that is manpower, maintenance cost, and training cost also will be there. It's a huge cost, you can say, which is not visible at the top. For when you look at the top, you will see only the software licenses cost 9% only, but the remaining cost is very heavy cost. You need to pay that as per the requirement of your company. Say every 2 years, every 3 years, you need to go and put your new hardware, you need to go and put your new networking devices, routers, which is security, firewall, and all the components you need to go and upgrade. The capital expenditure and operational expenditure is very high. Capex and opex in your on-premises environment is very high. The total cost, I remember here, whenever I'm teaching this concept, TCO, total cost of ownership, is equal to capex plus opex. Capital expenditure is one-time investment what your company need to do. You can say data center space purchase. What you say, a real estate investment your company need to do that. It's a one-time cost. Then hardware investment, say at least 2 or 3 years investment, your company will do that today or tomorrow. They have to do that. Then electricity, power supply, the human that IT departments and IT peoples are there. That's a runtime cost. But these all the things makes the total cost of ownership of your company, TCO. So capital expenditure plus operational expenditure. Operational expenditure includes your monthly billing, like electricity bill, or yearly licensing cost, manpower cost, salary of you as IT guy, IT administrator, IT engineer, or developer. Company will calculate your cost, your monthly salary as an operational expenditure. Licensing cost of your company will be very heavy again. So these all the things in the cloud environment will get reduced when you go with cloud computing. Why? Because users has to worry about the implementation, customization, and training cost only. You can see in this side in the cloud environment, my subscription fees is very high. Say nearly 68% subscription fee I need to pay, but the ongoing cost will get reduced. The remaining what I can say capex, capital expenditure, is very heavily got reduced. Is heavily got reduced in this cloud environment. I don't need to think about the say my capacity planning. I don't need to worry about the current investment. I don't need to worry about my workload when I'm purchasing that hardware, when I'm purchasing my devices. So these all things will get reduced when I will go with cloud computing. I just need to worry about this subscription cost, subscription fee, monthly basis or yearly basis. I just has to go and pay that runtime cost to the cloud service provider. So which one is better? Cloud computing. It shows you that. It shows you that. So see, maintenance of hardware, networking, security, databases, IT support guys, hardware cost, IT personnel, maintenance, training. These all things, a lot of things got reduced here. You just have to worry about your customization, service pack patches, what you have for your application source code, the deployment process. You need to worry about that, and the training cost you just has to bear, and obviously your salary also. But manpower, over the period, manpower is got heavily reduced also. So see, when you go and compare this for hardware, for network, for security, you need at least a specialty, at least say one or two students, one or two employees there for handling that specialized skill set they are having, for handling that infrastructure, networking infrastructure, security infrastructure, databases. You need to have the specialized manpower there. But in cloud environment, you just need only few people there. I have seen this change when companies have migrated from on-premises to Office 365, O365. I was teaching, I got MCSE, my first MCSE. What is that? I forgot the short form also, because it's a legacy certificate nowadays. So I got my first MCSE on 2003 server, and in those days I was teaching a extra paper there, Exchange server, and Exchange server 2003 was the version there. I was teaching 2003 onwards. So I remember in those days I taught this 2003 server, Exchange server, till 2007 version. Because when Microsoft released 2013 version of Exchange, they released Office 365 also. A lot of companies have migrated their on-premises email server to Office 365, and I remember there in those days that migration have a big impact in the industry, in the IT industry. Manpower, last how many years back, 5 or 7 years back, you can say, that manpower reduction is cost cutting, and all these things have started in the IT industry. So if you have this much experience in the IT industry, you might remember your older days, guys. Who knows these all the things, when Office 365 migration started in companies, they have removed the manpower also. They have only one or two people. You can say, a small team, only one or two people are handling this entire Office 365 there. SharePoint server, Exchange server, Microsoft OneDrive, and a lot of things. Earlier name of that Microsoft OneDrive was what is that? Microsoft something. What is the older name of OneDrive? Microsoft OneDrive? I don't remember. SkyDrive. I remember. Microsoft SkyDrive. Okay, so do you remember these older days, guys? Who remembers this? Amit. Yes. Sharad, Amit, these are my old students. They know that. From last 5 or 10 years, Office 365 have shown in the industry how to save the cost in IT industry. So companies have migrated on-premises. These are all the on-premises technologies: on-premises SharePoint server, on-premises Exchange server, on-premises file server. How all these things migrated to Office 365, and due to that cost saving, companies have seen the benefit there. They migrated heavily in Office 365. Yes, They heavily migrated to Office 365, and because of that reason, Office 365 is nowadays a standard in the IT industry for every company. Small to big environment, they're having Office 365. In our institute also, we are having Office 365 MSDN subscription. That MSDN subscription is giving us Office 365 plan for our employees. So we are having only 2 or 3 accounts generated there in Office 365. Okay, so why companies are moving to this cloud environment? Because in last time when I was running this demonstration, this slide based lecture, I was not having this slide there, but I got a question from my few students, why companies are moving to the cloud, and so I read this slide here to show you the difference. What is the difference between TCO between your on-premises and the cloud computing? Why companies are moving? This slide will explain you why companies are moving to the cloud, because they are saving the money. And cost cutting is the major keyword in the IT industry nowadays. Everywhere you will see, when you got an appraisal period, you mostly see that, mostly hear that word at the time of appraisal, cost cutting. Now look inside a cloud data center. Cloud data centers, I have seen over the period, your on-premises data centers are having rack mounted servers, and what else you can have, from laptop to desktop to rack server. But in the cloud environment, these servers, all the data centers got a new concept there. These are hyper-converged servers, and or hyper-converged data center itself. These all the things are called as containers. Container. This entire one single container, it's like a shipping container, will have every component built in that container. Only 2 or 3 cables you need to plug to this container: power supply, and might be the network cable. That's all. Power supply, you just has to provide power supply to this container, and the network connection. It will have everything: cooling, storage, the CPU, the components, what you need to have, licenses, softwares, operating system, everything in that container. It's called as hyper-convergence technology. I have seen over the period, these cloud service providers have developed their own technology. It's container-based data centers they are having. And why they are having this type of containers there? To replace their traditional data center. First thing, that containers are having self-contained components, and if any component fails, exactly, you will get the service down for all the services what that container is hosting. They are free to just easily replace one container and put a new container there. They are just taking the data. Data is not stored in one container at a one time. It's getting replicated in multiple containers, it's like a big computer, you can say. And that containers are synchronizing that data in that premises, in that environment. So for making their life easy to replace the component, they has to just replace the container. Faulty container will get replaced with a new container. They develop this container, they develop their own motherboard, they develop their own power supply, they develop their own what you can say, electricity generation also. They are having that nice awesome concept. They are using natural electricities, like from wind, from solar. They are having their own generators, generating their own electricity also. So why they do not have these all the components developed on their own? They are having that. They are saving a lot of money in that. And these all the containers, all the components are virtualized. So it's called as hyper-convergence. Virtualize everything: storage virtualization, networking virtualization, CPU, that is your virtual machine. Every component has got virtualized in that data center. So might be entire shipping container will host all the services, or will host few services for few customers, and few services for other customers are in different container. So they are having this hyper-convergence and virtualization environment used. It's like a shipping container. So let's see here, I'm having some video demonstrations, hyperlink here on YouTube channel. You can go and browse this. I'm sharing these notes with you. Say immediately you can download, or later on also you can download. But I request you to visit this Google data center walkthrough, Microsoft data center. Inside Microsoft data center, how they are having that data center developed. And another, recently I got this Virginia data center video at at this time duration, 2 minutes and 15 seconds later on, you can see that inside this video, this URL, that is a YouTube hosted video by third-party organization. But at that Virginia data center, you can see how Amazon is having their own data center implemented. Amazon was not having any video released in YouTube for looking inside the data center, or 360 degree view, not 365, 360 degree view of their data center. They are very strictly following that their own standard. So they have not released, but on third party YouTube channel, you can see the video at so and so time, factor. You can go and watch that video on your own. So let me, and Microsoft have also tested in 2016, few years back. How many years back? 3 years back, you can say. They tested on underwater data center also. These all the data center we consider on the earth or on the surface. Earth surface, we are having these all the data center. But Microsoft have tested for natural disaster reasons. They have tested that data center under sea also. That project is called as Project Natic. You can see the video link here. Just click on that video link and it will show you that container. Let me go and show you that container here. See here, 2000 terabyte storage. This container have tested inside the sea. See here. Due to the bandwidth issue, I cannot wait and cannot show you that entire video, but I'm having that nice hyperlink see here. They released this in February 2016, few years ago, and they tested that container, that storage, and all the services very well working inside the water also. So I request you to watch these videos at your own time. Now let's go with all the cloud providers, what they are having for you. These are the major service provider: AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. In 2006, Amazon have released this AWS service as a public cloud offering. Microsoft have released this in 2010 as Azure. Microsoft Azure as a cloud offering, and Google have released this in 2013. Google is latecomer, you can say, but Microsoft and Google follows Amazon lead. So how many years ago? 19-20 years ago, Amazon have released that. So 13 years ago, you can say. But they are really nice. All the service providers are maintaining that all the cloud infrastructure very well. Now here is third-party website called as Gartner Magic Quadrant. And you can go and refer this Amazon documentation page. Recently, Magic Quadrant, this Gartner's Magic Quadrant is got updated for 2019. I got this slide updated yesterday only. I got this updated information. But in last year also, 2018 also, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google was the leaders there. Same story happened in 2019. AWS, Microsoft, and Google. You can see these are the 4 quadrants. In the challenger, no one is there, but in leader, you will see these 3 leaders in the cloud environment. And niche players, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle, and IBM, they are having the power. They can migrate from, you can see ability to execute and completeness of vision. So you can see the leaders are having that completeness there, but ability to execute. Alibaba Cloud is also a big competitor nowadays, but that should get recognized by this Gartner. Gartner is a third-party organization. Gartner is collecting a lot of reports, and they are making, based on the report, based on the reviews, this decision every year. This quadrant, this Magic Quadrant is related with infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is as a special offering, cloud offering. They are having different quadrants for different services, like a software as a service or platform as a service offering from these cloud providers. And you can refer this complete report on this hyperlink, Magic Quadrant hyperlink. Okay. So you will see the major one: AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. We will see step by step, one by one. Now Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure has got released in February 2010, 9 years ago. Microsoft Azure was actually got released or got announced in 2008, October 2008, and released to general public on 1st February 2010 as a as a Windows Azure. Initial name of this Microsoft Azure was Windows Azure. Then later on in 2014, Microsoft have really renamed that Windows Azure services to Microsoft Azure, because Windows is a proprietary operating system name. So people from open source community have that question what this Microsoft this Windows Azure was doing. So they renamed that to Microsoft Azure to make a one brand image for that company, Microsoft, under one umbrella. So Microsoft Azure is got renamed as a Microsoft Azure in 2014. As of now, in 2019, it's available in 54 Azure regions around the world and in 140 countries. You can see the regions here in the blue dot. I can show you these are the regions, and I updated this slide recently, yesterday or day before yesterday. I updated this slide, but you will see 54 regions, geographical regions, and 140 countries. The services are got offered in 140 countries. This information 54 or 140, this number might get changed over the period. So I'm sharing here is the hyperlink here. This hyperlink will show you the latest information, what current Microsoft Azure data centers or regions are available. You can go and click on this link later on. Now I know that this slide is updated, but might be tomorrow or day after tomorrow, or might be say after 1 month. If you refer these slides, this slide might have the outdated information. So similar like this in my training courses, what the lecture or notes I'm having, that notes are having such type of hyperlinks to update, to check the latest updates. When you will go for the exam, Microsoft Azure exam or AWS exam or Google exam, you need to know the latest current happenings there. So I'm sharing such type of notes, such type of URLs, hyperlinks in my all the notes there to keep you updated. Cloud is fast growing industry. You need to know the latest changes. So that URL is important. Nowadays, you got more than 600 services in categories like compute, networking, storage, web, and mobile, and all the services are got offered in under one URL. It's a pricing calculator, and in that pricing calculator, you can see a short summary of the services. Compute services, for example, these are the offerings in Microsoft Azure for compute services: virtual machine scale set, Azure Kubernetes service, Azure Function, service fabric, app services, container. I remember here, when you want to host a simple website, you can go with app service. App service will allow you to create a simple website or mobile application there, mobile site there. That will host your code. So it's a platform as a service. Azure Function is also a platform as a service where you will have your code, what I can say, triggered or activated on a particular event. So that is the event-based service. It's a Microsoft Azure function. So that function will get called on that particular event. Might be like an email. You receive an email, or that service has got some notification from another service, or someone have uploaded data, uploaded files in the storage service. So that storage service will call this Azure function automatically. Virtual machine is well known. Kubernetes, that is the containerized environment. Docker and container behind the screen will get executed with a management interface that is called as Kubernetes. AKS is itself a big subject. I'm going to start a separate course on Azure Kubernetes or Kubernetes service as a general course there. So Kubernetes is the next virtualization layer. You can say virtualization technology in the future. This Kubernetes will get a very heavy market demand there in future. And the networking, you will see lot of topics they are having. They are having the VPN gateways, they are having DNS, they are having CDN, content delivery network, they are having traffic manager, they are having load balancer, firewall, and lot of things they are having. For storage also, they are having simple storage offerings. Storage offering, they are having blob storage offering. Inside that storage account, they are having the database services also available. They are having the database services. A lot of databases they are having available. Not only SQL Server, but Oracle, MySQL Server, and other open source databases also they are having. MariaDB and MySQL offerings also. SQL and NoSQL database offerings they are also having. Analytics services, container services, mobile services, machine learning services, IoT services, integration. See, a lot of IoT services they are having. Integration services for migration, for data migration or service integration. They are having the authentication services also for Azure Activity or Azure business to customers connectivity. They are having security services also, like a key vault, application gateway, DDoS protection service. They are having VPN gateway. They are having, and they are having a bunch of developer tools also. Azure DevOps is a nice offering. That's the Team Foundation Server. Older name is Microsoft Team Foundation Server. They're having bunch of DevOps tools also available. Developers tools, DevOps tools, management and government, media conversion services also they are having. Content delivery network, CDN network, they are having migration service, they are having to move the data from on-premises data center to the cloud environment. They are having that Azure Migrate data box offerings. Data box is a physical appliance. You will receive that in your company environment. So that devices will help you to migrate your data. They are having blockchain services also. So this is the nice summary page Microsoft is having as a pricing calculator. So you can go and refer that page for listing of all the services, more than 600 services Microsoft is having under that Azure brand. Now the next one, Amazon Web Services. They launched this web services AWS offering, AWS brand image in 2006. 13 years ago. This is currently 2019. So 13 years ago, they are having this services released. In 2006, they started with a few services like storage service S3, EC2 virtual machine, and another service SQS service, simple queue service. So these all the services are offered. Only 3 services they released, and over the period they added more services. There are more than 4,000 services they are having under that AWS brand image. So you can go and, as per your requirement, you can go and use that service for your business hosting inside the AWS. Now currently they are having 69 availability zones. Availability zones are the separate data centers. You can say 69 data centers they are having, and they are having that data center spread across the globe in 22 regions. A region is a collection of multiple data centers, you can say. So you can see they are having few future planning also in Africa region or somewhere in EU or in other parts. This graph is also got updated over the period. So I'm having that updated information hyperlink here. You can click on that link and you can see the latest information. So over the period, this information might get outdated. So you can go and check the latest updates here using this URL. It's a global infrastructure URL for Amazon Web Services. So AWS is a big player there, having more maturity, more years there. Now, what are the services they are having? They are having the services under a category like storage, networking, security, databases, and blah, blah, blah. And how many services they are having? More than 4,900 features or services they are having. They are adding more services every day. And you can get the list of these services under Marketplace. Under Marketplace here, I got that list 4,947. When I was taking that slides, it was there 4,900, and within few days, you can say, not hours, but you got that 47 new services added. Over the period, they are adding more, and these are the categories here. You can see the category like security service. Click on that, and you will get the security related services offering. What service you need? Antivirus service, operating system, VPN server, and lot of say back. You can read about the operating system, what service you need in the operating system as a virtual machine. So they are having that operating system. Every operating system they are having available inside that AWS environment as a EC2 offering. So it's similar like a pricing calculator what Microsoft is having for Azure. AWS Marketplace is showing you that information there. Okay, that Marketplace is listing all the services, and see here, this is the core infrastructure diagram. They're having the background services like region, availability zones, and CDN network, point of presence, POP services available. And on the top of that physical infrastructure, they are having the foundational service like compute, it's like a virtual machine, storage, security, and networking, core components, core services. And on the top of that, they are having the platform as service offering for databases, for analytics service, for app services, for deployment and manage, for mobile services. And on the top of that, they are also having enterprise applications like a virtual desktop, like a Citrix Zen server, Zen app server, you can say, and sharing and collaboration like Office 365. They are also having that service offerings there. Recently, I have seen that they released AWS Outpost. It's really interesting service what they are having. This is a hybrid cloud environment. Hybrid cloud. They will ship you the physical server, and that server you will connect that server to internet connectivity, and that server you will put that in on-premises environment, and that outpost will help you to get your data migrated from your on-premises network environment to the cloud, or from cloud have that access of all the cloud services inside the data center, on-premises data center. So that is the hybrid cloud. That is the hybrid cloud. They have released this outpost also, AWS outpost, and you can see these all the services available under that AWS marketplace website. Now the next service provider is a Google Cloud Service Provider, GCP. Google Cloud Platform, GCP, is got released in 2008, 11 years ago, April 7, 2008. Google, just give me a second. Google is having this all the services released internally, but internally till 2008. They have this released inside the company environment, but did not enter the infrastructure as a service offering till they released this Google Compute Engine. They are using this to get your search engine working. Google search, major service nowadays, and the YouTube. There is no competitor for this on YouTube or in search engine. What Google is having behind the screen is the Google Cloud environment. They are using this cloud environment internally from many years. Search engine and YouTube is got hosted in the Google Cloud, but in this recent year, 2008 and 2012, they got this more popularity for these other services like Google Compute Engine. Recently they released these all the services, very popular, getting very popular, getting fast deployment in the industry, because the biggest benefit what Google is having is their own infrastructure, network infrastructure. They are having their own networking environment. What I can say, private fiber links. So they are having on the earth. Google is having that biggest network. So say for example, US region is got connected to Canada, and Canada or US to this Africa, and from Africa to the Asia. Everywhere they are having that private fiber channel connected. That's the biggest benefit of Google. They are having global network, private fiber channels undersea and on the earth also. That's the fastest network. That's the biggest benefit of Google. So Google is getting popular, and also the cost factor. They are having very cost-effective solution available as compared to AWS or as compared to Azure also. They are very good in the cost differences. You can find that very well. Now Google is offering this all the Google Cloud Platform offering in 61 zones. These are the zones, you can say 20 geographic regions. You just see I'm showing you that three number here, minimum 3 zones in one region. So say for example in India they are having that Mumbai region. In Mumbai region they are having 3 zones there. Availability zones or zones are, you can say, a separate data center. In Mumbai they are having 3 data centers in that region. So total 20 regions they are having, and network edge locations. Network edge locations also called as POP, point of presence. So these POPs or network edge locations are hosting the services like contain globally available services. Content delivery network, I can say. Another one is DNS, for example, CDN, cache server, DNS server. DDoS protection services, that's the security services. They're having all the services available from that edge location. For cache, for that might be their own data center or might be third-party data centers they are utilizing behind the screen, but they are having very nice information available on this URL, cloud.google.com, under pricing. And that URL is listing a lot of services like big data services, compute offering, networking services, security services, storage offerings. GCP is very well implemented, reliable and performant core. Big competitor for AWS also and Microsoft Azure also. They are really doing a good business over the period. I can show you here for this Google. Just click on that URL. See how they are charging no upfront cost. You will start with $0, pay as you go, and no termination free. Okay, so what are the offerings they are having? 50%. Okay, sample comparison with other cloud providers they are having. Okay, so you can go with the calculator and the pricing page, and you can see the different categories for your services like compute offering, app engine offering, Kubernetes offering, cloud storage. They are having networking services. They are having a bunch of services. I'm just scrolling that to the last one, free services. So they are having few services free also available. So they are having every service available under this pricing for healthcare API or identity platform, dialog flow, memory store. These are all the services they are having. And you can see this services under product under that specific category. Say for example, compute service. Click on that compute, and they are giving you that compute offerings what they can have. One is Google Computer Engine, another one is Google App Engine, another one is Google Kubernetes Engine, another one is private Docker container image repository, serverless applications, accelerated cloud offering. Okay, that's the GPU, NVIDIA Tesla GPU, graphical processing unit. So you can go and read about this compute offerings here. Now I will return back to, say for example, database service offerings, what Google is having for you. Click on databases and you will see the databases what they are having. Relational database, they are having that cloud spanner, cloud SQL, NoSQL offering, NoSQL or non-relational. It's also called as simple table format. No structured query language will get used. SQL or structured query language. The offering is big table, cloud big table, cloud Firestore real-time database, and cloud memory store. They are showing the examples of the sample customers also. So these sample customers are having this type of offerings there, and you can go and check the comparison between relational database and non-relational database on the same page under products, databases. I can go with say for example a storage service. Then I can go and click on the storage, and I can see what the storage offerings they are having. Products, storage. They're having different type of storage available: cloud storage, persistent disk, archival storage, cloud storage, Firestore, Firestore for mobile apps, data transfer services, migration services they are having also available. So you can go and read about this under products page on cloud.google.com. The big competitor, another competitor here in Asia region is you can say number 3 or number 4 cloud provider, Alibaba Cloud. I was not having this slide added recently. I added this, but you need to know this Alibaba Cloud because Alibaba Cloud is also got recognized in the Magic Quadrant. You know, this is not a my personal opinion. It is a third party company. What the companies are considering these cloud providers. That is the say for example Gartner's Magic Quadrant. They count this very well because this company or this offering is from many years. They are steadily increasing that customer base. They are having multi-million or billion-dollar business generated over the period. So we need to count that also. In September, in let's say 10 years ago, they started this Alibaba Cloud. Alibaba Cloud is from the Alibaba.com e-commerce company. You know, the biggest retailer, world biggest retailer. Yes, better than eBay or Amazon. This Alibaba is doing a business. It's a retailer business to business offerings they are having. So the subsidiary or main parent company is Alibaba Group. Alibaba Group from China. It's Chinese company. But they are doing very well steadily. They are increasing that business. They are now offering 61 availability zones. You can see here. These are the availability zones in the number. Now Alibaba is also having that in Mumbai region. They are having that 2 availability zones. 20 geographic regions. These are the regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This red orange dot you can say, and they are doing very well, very good business in 200 plus countries and regions. They are expanding that fast over the period. As of June 2017, Alibaba Cloud is placed in the Visionaries quadrant of Gartner Magic Quadrant. So we need to recognize this. We need to forcefully go with this cloud provider also over the period. You need to understand this Alibaba Cloud. How many service offerings Alibaba is having? More than 500 services and products they are having. Categories in infrastructure as a service, software as a service, or platform as a service offering. Alibaba is having this product page. It's not products, earlier when I was searching this page, I typed that products, but I got an error, products. So many times we got that products as a keyword. So I found that was my mistake. I need to remove that product, that S there at the end. So Alibaba.com, AlibabaCloud.com/product is a URL. And they started that 10-year anniversary also. You can go and register yourself. You will get $10 coupon package, free coupon, free offerings they are having. They are having under product. These all the products available. Say for compute, these are the offerings Alibaba is having. For storage, you can see they are having every type of, including cloud, CDN also, content delivery network also, and table storage, NoSQL storage and SQL storage also. They are having networking offerings with virtual private cloud, the private network express route and all that thing is available with public IPs and all that offering. They're having nice available options for databases also, for security also, and a lot of things they are having. So it's a big competitor for all these companies, like your traditional cloud providers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft Azure. Now, comparing these all the cloud provider, you will get a question in your mind: why I need to study these all, and which one I need to start? See here, public cloud adoption. I got this in right scale somewhere in Google Images. I searched for this 2019 report, and this 2019 report from right scale, it says AWS utilization, Azure utilization, Azure consumption and utilization, what companies are having. Google Cloud also, VMware also, IBM Cloud, Oracle Cloud, and Alibaba Cloud. Now, see here, what is the use case? AWS, 61% people are currently using. Companies are using 61% companies, and 16% are experimenting, and 7% are planned to use. So it's a private report, you can say. But AWS, you can see here, AWS is a big deployment in the market. So all responded from that report or from that review is they all are going with AWS nowadays. Azure is also at the good place in the second number. Google Cloud is also at the third place. A VMware Cloud on AWS, that's a private offering of VMware Cloud inside the AWS environment. So you can't say VMware Cloud is a public cloud. IBM Cloud is also not that much popular in the Asian region and other countries. And Oracle Cloud is for Oracle databases. They are mostly going with their own database service inside the Oracle Cloud. They are not very well getting marketed very well and promoting their service outside the Oracle database service offering. So you cannot nowadays. But Alibaba, I as a trainer, I suggest that over the period, learn at least one. Say start with AWS or Azure at least. Which one is good, we will go on that question. But you can see over this market research, you can decide which cloud service or cloud knowledge you need to have over the period. You can decide on this on the basis of this implementation or on the basis of this utilization, which cloud provider is more popular. See at the other side, I'm having AWS 62% mentioned. It's approximately that figures are matching for AWS at least. For Azure, yes, 20%. It's a 100% share, what you can say, market share. So AWS is having more implementation there. AWS is more popular, but Microsoft Azure is also increasing over the period. Google is also adding more value there in their certification and in their offering, and 6% is for other cloud providers. This diagram, what I'm having, is the older diagram for 2018. I'm having this for year 2018. For for this 6 months in 2019, I did not get any updated diagram for recent utilization. But based on this, you can within 6 months it will never get that much big changes happen there. Only few percentage will get changed here or there only. So but you can understand what is the market scenario right now. You can see here the last sentence: Azure and Google is showing a considerable growth with the time. So that's really important for you. Now, what type of job roles you have in the market? Cloud, cloud search engine, job search engine, sorry, Indeed did this report in 2018. Job searches that include keyword related to the top cloud provider like Google Cloud, Azure, or AWS increased by 223%, 223% in the past 3 years. So this report got generated on Indeed.com. Indeed is a job portal there, and in 2018. And software engineers, software architect, DevOps engineer are among the tops in demand that require cloud skills. So these guys need to have the cloud skill there. Indeed said this for 2018. So top cloud jobs are available here in the market. You can see here it's a 300 billion business by 2021. Companies are going to heavily invest in the cloud, so it will be 300 billion business. And as the cloud begin to dominate the business landscape, job seeker and employer interested in position related to the cloud computing is also increased, according to the report job search site Indeed again. I got this interesting report available. I can click here for you and I can show you that information here. You can see here I'm referring directly the Tech Republic report, and this report is got generated in 2018 year end, you can say. Let me stop this video. So it's a recent report, it's not that much old report, and you can say how much market is got updated for software engineer. Percentage of opening with cloud skill is got updated to 7.92%. Senior software engineer, develop engineer. So what is got changed over the period? That number is showing, yeah, backend developers, they are searching for this keyword with cloud skill. So that report says, yes, cloud skill is required everywhere. Cloud skill is required everywhere. In 2018, the number one position what the employers was looking was the cloud architect. Cloud architect is a very popular keyword. You will see there in the market, cloud architect. The rest of the top 10 that list was cloud consultant, cloud software engineer, cloud sales executive, cloud engineer, cloud developer, cloud system administrator, cloud network engineer. That's the traditional job roles you are having, but every job role is having that cloud keyword added. Cloud here, cloud there, cloud there, cloud there, cloud there. So everywhere you will see cloud, cloud, cloud. So related to cloud, these all the job roles got updated. So you need to have the you need to have the skill set, you need to have the ability of your career, of your capacity, what you can say, your profile need to have this cloud skill set added there. On your profile you need to have these global certifications added. Global job roles, normally these job roles are not fixed with multiple companies. They are having that multiple job roles available, but as a general idea I can tell you the common duties in the cloud. Cloud business management, these are the 4 spheres or 4 circles, you can say. These are the main core business units in your company. One is business management unit, another one is cloud infrastructure unit, another one is cloud security unit, and another one is application infrastructure unit, cloud application infrastructure unit. So in this unit or in these spheres, the common job role is cloud enterprise architect. This enterprise architect will take a responsibility to manage all the engineers, all the managers, all the seniors there, and that cloud enterprise architect will put his own efforts to make the team work. And these are the different teams there, like for example, program manager, finance manager, cloud finance manager, infrastructure architect, infrastructure operation engineer, security architect, security operation engineer, application architect, application developer, DevOps engineer. These all the teams are grouped together by enterprise architect. Enterprise architect will work with all the guys there inside the company environment. What enterprise architect does actually? Enterprise architect will plan the non-functional or not specific to a product or service, the plan for your company, how it's generalized plan, and that plan is every engineer like cloud architect, infrastructure architect or security architect will go and use that plan as a general plan, general idea, general architecture that cloud enterprise architect will develop. And all these guys will develop their own from that framework, from that architecture. They will have their product specific or service specific architecture developed. So it's you can say generalized concept what your cloud enterprise architect will manage in your company environment. So that's the topmost position in your company, cloud enterprise architect. Cloud enterprise architect, I have seen that will communicate with the CEO, C-level employees of your company, CEO, CIO, will go and directly talk with those senior responsible people in your company. That's the job of cloud enterprise architect. We'll see for the duties. Duties may vary over the company or the project or the period, but these are the general duties. Managing operation team, that is the program manager. Managing performance and cost, that's the finance manager. Managing build and automation, that's the DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer will work for cloud infrastructure role also and will work for application role also. You will see here. Will manage all the things and specify the security requirement. Security architect will work there. So these are the job roles there in company environment. We'll see few of these here in the next slide. Now, cloud infrastructure architect. This is the topmost job position what the companies are having nowadays. This person is responsible for designing solution dependent. It's not solution independent. I was talking about that enterprise architect, cloud enterprise architect is offering solution independent, generalized architecture plan. But this cloud infrastructure architect will develop the solution dependent infrastructure plan, that infrastructure architecture, and will go and decide what layers that engineer that development you have, develop and maintain the plan, collaborate with other teams like cloud enterprise architect and infrastructure architect, mobile specialist, IoT specialist, gaming specialist. All these specialists will get managed by this cloud architect. This cloud architect is a middle channel person between these different teams, between these different units in your company environment. Now, the next job role is operation engineer. Operation engineer is responsible for building. This is the actual person who is going to do actual work. That's like your on-premises administrator. This administrator will receive the plan from the cloud infrastructure architect. You will see here, this is the same plan this operation engineer will receive, and based on that plan, this cloud operation engineer will build the structure, build the components, will go and develop that component, deploy that component, deploy the services in the cloud, and not only the deployment but monitor, manage the services over the period, and have that shared services configured between different teams. So this cloud operation engineer, I can say these are the guys like a SysOps engineer. SysOps is a job role there for this type of cloud operation engineers. I have seen over the period. SysOps is a synonymous word for operation engineer. You have similar operation engineer also, but that's for management post. Those guys are managing like a OS management, service pack patches, manage template, document changes. They are managing databases. They are managing capacity planning. They are managing virtual network. They are managing that application resiliency, load balancer, and lot of things, including review the cloud infrastructure, making the tag and making the changes. That management guy that from operation engineering team will do this management activities there. Now you have similar type of job role for cloud operation engineer is a support guy. Support guy will check a support, provide operational support for cloud servers. That's the responsibility of this operation engineer support team member. Support team member will maintain will go with performance tuning, will maintain the service pack patches, will maintain the healthiness and happiness of the servers, will have that monitoring configured, will escalate a report and escalate that incidents, what that incidents will happen, and will go and check the root cause of that events or incident. Will maintain the documentation and will maintain the changes also in that documentation. Will take a backup and recovery, that you can say disaster recovery plan, and that is the responsibility of this support engineer. And monitor and report a compliance reports also, like for different certifications like ISO standard or PCI DSS standard will get maintained by this support engineer, cloud operation engineer support. You have cloud security architect also. Cloud security architect is responsible for maintaining security at the architect level. It's not the guy who is going to implement that security, but security operation manager will be there, operation team member will be there, which will go and implement that security. The security architect will collaborate with other team members like an enterprise architect or your security operation engineer. That operation engineer will work actually for maintaining service pack patches and all that, but security architect will go and design the service pack patch configuration, security configuration checklist, which it will go and manage the risk assessment, also will go and decide on corporate security policy and procedure, also will check care that policies and that procedures will get implemented very well, design and maintain incident response plan, also incident for escalation, for responding that incident, and all the things will get managed by your security architect. Architect is the person who is the communication channel between your enterprise architect and security operation engineer. Security operation engineer will go and maintain that security at the end level, at the device level, or at the service level, you can say. There is nice job role in the industry. It's called as DevOps engineer, responsible for building and operating fast and scalable workflow. Workflow is what? Workflow is a process where you can have this automation. The complete keyword is CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous development, continuous delivery is the process this DevOps engineer will manage and maintain using some automation tools, DevOps tools. Financial manager and program manager, these are the managers available at the non technical job role, non IT related job role available there. And cloud enterprise architect is a person who is managing this all the level. Let me go on my earlier diagram on the first slide, and you will see here the cloud enterprise architect is here. This is cloud enterprise architect, and this cloud enterprise architect is managing program manager, finance manager, architect team, infrastructure architect team, security team, and application architect team also is managing this all the teams from top view of your infrastructure of your company enterprise deployment level. Now the next and last question from our today's session is the cloud certifications. What are the certifications you need to go and you need to know? First one is Microsoft Azure. Why I'm putting first as a Microsoft Azure? Because Microsoft Azure is easy for learning. If you are the absolute beginner, starts from your Microsoft Azure certification. And see here, Microsoft is also having fundamental certification. If you pass this AZ900 exam, this is the exam number, you will get Microsoft fundamental certificate, technical non-IT guys, non-technical job roles. They do not have that much IT background or IT experience. They don't know about what is virtualization, what is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and blah blah blah. That is you can say non-technical or for techno marketing job role. This fundamental certificate is got developed. But if you are belonging to administrator job role in on-premises like Windows or Linux environment, I suggest that go with Azure Administrator Associate course. Associate course of that certification, you need to pass only one exam for that to achieve that certificate. That skill set, you just have to pass AZ103 exam and you will be at the associate level. Associate level is the first level which is more popular in the IT industry. So associate level certification is only you need to pass one exam. It's for technical guys, for techno marketing you can say, but the guys who are having some administrator level experience, Windows or Linux administrators experience, Azure administrator is recommended. For more experience, after getting this associate level experience, you will get more practical part here. Practically you will learn this. So once you have this practical knowledge, you can go with architect expert certificate also. What is expert certificate? You need to pass two exams there, 300 and 301. Expert level certificate will give you the architect levels, that level of knowledge, say required for planning and designing, say not for operation engineer, not for administrator, but for senior engineers, the solution architect expert. Microsoft recommends, I also recommend that after 1 or 2 years experience, when you have this Azure administrator experience, say after at least 6 months or 1 year experience, you can go and get this Azure architect expert certificate. I will not suggest for freshers to do this architect expert certification. Why? Because architect expert certification is having 2 exams, and both the exams are having very heavy syllabus. So topics are vast, not getting covered at the practical level. A trainer or you also cannot cover all the practical parts very well before going for that exam. There are n number of topics added there. There are 2 exams. One is technology exam and another one is design exam. That exam is every exam is having very heavy syllabus. So for beginner, this architect expert is not recommended. Amel, this Microsoft Azure is not having any compulsion here or recommendation here from their side. They are here to earn the money, to provide you the certificate. It's a PDF. But knowledge level is important. So if you have the 103 level knowledge, then I suggest that go with 300 and 301 only. If you have that level of knowledge, directly also you can go with Azure Architect, but the level of that knowledge, understanding of that knowledge is really important. As a trainer, I suggest that go with Azure Administrator first and then Architect as a second level. Exams are very heavy and the topics are also very heavy. For practicing purpose, it's not possible for the trainer. Any trainer cannot show you each and every topic what this solution architect expert need to have. Why? Because say nearly 40% weightage is for administrator exam. Syllabus is got overlap 40% plus say 30% for developers job role, admin developers, and how much you can say pending 40 30 nearly 30% weightage for other technology like security and DevOps and other. So that makes your 100% syllabus for solution architect, that expert level certification. So I suggest that go with your administrator associate certification first. You have special certificate also if you are belonging to Visual Studio development, .NET development, or some type of open source development like a Java, but you are not belonging to admin track. Then this is the certificate, developer certificate, Azure. It's an associate level certificate again, Azure developer associate you will receive in one exam, AZ203. We do not have training available, and it need to have for at least for that job role or for that certification, you need to have at least .NET background. So Visual Studio and .NET experience is required there. .NET development experience, C# .NET or .NET experience is required there for this developer certificate. These are the certificates available, and over the period, Microsoft is adding specialty certificate like security and DevOps specialization. You can see here on this link. I'm sharing that link here. Directly click on that link and you will get redirected to that page, which is listing your new job roles there. It will list Dynamics 365 and Office 365 certifications also. I will go and filter that based on the technology. I will see only Azure, and you will see the Azure certificate list. Azure Security Engineer recently got added, AZ500 exam. Azure Administrator Associate, that is your 103 exam. This I'm talking as the entry level engineer. They're having AI, Artificial Intelligence Engineer Specialization exam, Data Engineer Specialization exam, Data Scientist Specialization exam, Developer, that is 203 I'm talking. DevOps Engineer 400 exam recently got released. Azure Fundamental, that is 900 exam, and Azure Solution Architect Expert level exam. So they are having only one expert level certificate, that is Azure Architect. And in that Azure Architect, you need to pass 2 exams, 300 and 301. This is the syllabus, really heavy syllabus, getting covered in that 2 exams there, 300 and 301. You need to pass both the exams to get Azure Architect. So if you are the experienced professional, you can directly go with this 300 and 301 training and the certification. Now, similarly, we are also having the certification available from Amazon under AWS with 3 levels. One is foundational level certificate, minimum 6 months they are saying, but absolutely not required. It's not that much popular. It's like a Azure foundational exam, Azure fundamental exam. This is recently got released. Cloud practitioner, again it is for non-technical guys, for non-technical job roles, or having non-technical background, you can say, for like a techno marketing job role or sales type of cloud sales experience you need to have, or sales inside the cloud services, you want to go with that type of job role, sales for this cloud services. Then cloud practitioner is recommended. For technical guys, it's not absolutely not recommended. Directly you can go with associate level, and this is the most demanding certificate in the market, solution architect associate. After this, I recommend that go with SysOp Administrator Associate. This SysOp Administrator Associate will cover a lot of practical topics, including command line interfaces, AWS CLI. Also, they are having. SysOp Administrator are the guys who are actually working there behind the screen inside the operation and management team. SysOp Administrator need to cover only few topics, but at the practical part. For solution architect associate, it's like overall they know a lot of things because it is architect is not going to implement all that thing. Operation team, operation engineers are different guys, different animals in the company environment. They are working for that project, they are going and implementing that, but architect is providing the solution, providing the related to the project or related to the company requirement, providing deciding which is best suitable service for that specific use case. That's the job role called an architect. Now you have another associate also available, associate level certificate called as developer associate certificate. Developer certificate is really nice. You can go for if you have the programming background like C#.net or ASP.net or something like a Java open source. But developer associate is not covering any programming language. Amazon is really nice. They are not asking you to identify the code or ask you to write the code there. Developer related services you need to understand. I'm already having these all 4 certifications completed under my belt. I will show you on my profile. I'm having solution architect, I'm having SysOp also completed. In 2018 only I completed this. 6 months back, 6-7 months back only I completed this. Few months back, you can say, not 1 year. And this AWS cloud practitioner also. For testing purpose, I appeared that cloud practitioner exam also to just check my knowledge or judge my knowledge. Now Amazon is having, after this associate level, Amazon is having second level certification called as professional. They are having 2 professional certificates, solution architect professional and DevOps professional, DevOps engineer professional. So from solution architect associate track, you can go with professional certificate, or from SysOp or developer, any track, you can go and appear this DevOps engineer professional certificate. DevOps engineer professional is available from, there is no prerequisite. You can directly go and appear solution architect professional also. But I request you to go at least with solution architect associate certificate first, because this associate certificate will help you to understand what is AWS as an ecosystem, as a cloud provider solution offerings, what they are having under their belt, under their offerings, what the services they are having. After that associate, I request you to go with professional level certificate, solution architect professional, or if you are having that SysOp background or SysOp certification completed, go with DevOps engineering professional certificate. But absolutely not required to have this associate level certificate. They have recently 6 months back, 5 or 6 months back only, somewhere in February or March, they removed this prerequisite. So earlier you need to have at least 1 associate certificate from that track, from this track, this one or this one and this one, to go with this DevOps engineer. So from that specific track, you need to have this associate level certificate as a prerequisite. You need to add that. Now they removed this all the certificate. Now you can directly go and appear professional level certificate. But it's like a $300 exam. Yes, absolutely right. This exam is $300. Associate level exam is $150 per exam. So if you go directly with professional level certificate, and if you fail that exam, you need to pay again $300. It's like a business for Amazon. So they have removed that prerequisite, but level of knowledge, the technology background, you need to have very well. So I suggest that go with associate level certificate. As a trainer, my suggestion is really important, because I am also preparing for professional level certificate till this year end, or might be say till this financial year end, till say somewhere within this 5 or 6 months. I am having plan to go and get professional level certifications completed. I'm already having this background level completed. Now they are having specialty certificate also. As a network engineer, you can go with networking specialty, advanced networking specialty. Security specialty is also there for security guys in the cloud environment. Recently they got released this machine learning, Alexa skill, and big data also. Big data was there in the beta for at least say more than 6 months. Now they are having this is advanced networking and security is an old certificate from specialty track. So you can go and again the recommended is go with solution architect associate first, and after that you can go with the specialty certificate. I'm also having plan in my career track to go with at least security and networking. If I will get a chance, if I will get a time to prepare for this, then I'm having these two plans in my career goal to go with develop this professional level certificate and these two specialties. Machine learning, Alexa skill builder, or big data is not inside my track. It's not related with my job role, what I'm doing here as a trainer. It's for developers or that type of specialty engineer. Now for Google also, you are having a bunch of certifications available. Google is having only one associate exam, that is cloud engineer. Recently got released. Earlier this Google is having directly the professional cloud architect was that exam available. Now they released this associate cloud engineer, say 1 year back only they got this cloud engineer released. I'm also having this cloud engineer and cloud architect exam completed in last month only. I got this this professional architect certificate completed. That exam I think on 1st of August I passed this professional cloud architect exam. You can check that on my profile. You can go and verify that. I'm having the URLs also to verify these all the certificates. Because whenever you go for interview, they will ask you for the proof in the interview. You need to show them your digital transcript or digital verification process. They need to they will ask you for that access. So you can go and provide that URLs to the interviewer, and so they can verify your certificate and your certification link or that validity period and all that thing you can verify. Google is also having that data engineer, cloud developer, cloud network engineer, and security engineer as a professional level exam. They're having bunch of professional level exams for that specialization, like a data specialist, developer specialist, or network engineer, or security engineer. They are adding more. Recently I have seen that network engineer and security engineers got added 5 or 6 months back only, but they are nice in that. And you can verify, you can go and get this updated information on this cloud.google.com/certification URL. See ya. Professional certificate. This is associate cloud engineer certificate. You can register for this exam from here, or you can get the details of this certification and the exam syllabus. Professional certificates are having this track: professional cloud architect, professional data engineer, professional cloud developer, network engineer, security engineer. Oh, it's recently got added. See ya. Collaboration engineer for G Suite and Google Cloud Toolset. And they are having traditionally the G Suite professional also as an administrator certificate for G Suite administrators. So that's the cloud offerings for. And I'm not having any slide on Alibaba cloud certification, but let me show you. Alibaba cloud is also having that certifications available on alibabacloud.com, on education.edu.alibabacloud.com, that domain. They are having that certifications available. And the certifications, you can see they are having the associate certificate called as ACA, Alibaba Cloud Associate, Alibaba Cloud Professional, and Alibaba Cloud Expert for cloud track, cloud computing track. $120 is the exam cost right now, $168 for specialization for expert level. But the fixed price is $200, but they are offering some discount there. In $120 you will get that exam completed. I'm having plan for this Alibaba certifications also. What I'm teaching, what I'm teaching as a trainer, I need to get the certificate. You can see here on my profile page under trainers on my website certificationguru.co.in, under Manoj, my trainer, that page manoj.html. I'm having all the certifications completed. Alibaba I need to add here, but I got this Google Cloud Certified Cloud Engineer and Google Cloud Architect certificate, and I'm having these AWS certificates. I'm having bunch of Microsoft. I got completed, for Microsoft track, I'm having 31 exams completed. I'm having total 31 exams completed on Microsoft platform, including cloud platform, Windows Server, and lot of products like SharePoint Server. On one of that requirement I got for my MCT certificate renewal, I got that SharePoint server on 2007 version of SharePoint got certified. SCOM, that is the Operation Manager Suite, System Center Operation Manager. I got one exam completed. System Center Configuration Manager, I got 2 exams completed, 2007 version and 2012 R2 version for SCCM. And I'm having security specialization, I'm having Exchange server specialization, I'm having a lot of specializations completed. Under my profile, you can see that total 22 years I'm in training field. These are my certifications completed, and you can verify this. I started this journey from 2000 professional first exam. In my career, I appeared that first exam. You can see a Google certification link. Click on that link, and you will get that verification link. Under my wallet, credential.net from Google, I got this URL generated, and you can see my certificate, and it lists that when I received that. See here, I got this exam completed on 1st of August 2019, last month only, and I got this certificate and that tag or that logo for download purpose available on August 2nd 2019. It's valid for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, depend on the service provider. Some cloud certificates are valid for 2 years. Some cloud service providers certificate is valid for 3 years. Amazon have increased that to 3 years. Amazon certifications are valid for 3 years now. 2 years plus 1 year renewal period, you can say. Total validity is 3 years for Amazon cloud. And you can see under transcript when I appeared that exam, completion date, and that cloud architect website also. From which provider? That's the Google. You can click on that provider and you can see my certificate. Professional cloud architect. Okay, that's nice. This acknowledges that. On what date and validity period? You can see here 2019 to 2000. Let me zoom in so that you can read it. Yes, 2021. So how many years? 2 years. 19, 20, 21. Correct, 2 years. So I got this certificate valid for 2 years. No worries. That's more than enough period, you can say. I need to go and appear either professional level certificate, depends on the cloud provider. I need to go with next level, or I need to appear. If I do not want for the next level, I need to reappear that exam if I need, because in 2 years my job role might get changed over the period. Okay, that's my certificate, and this is my logo. You can see that logo for cloud engineer also. I achieved this in July. 25th July. Okay, so that's the certificate what I am having. Now it's your turn. You guys can ask me the question. It is an FAQ slide. Do you have any question? For slides and recording, I will share that recording late evening today only. I will share that with you because I'm having your email addresses, registered email addresses with me. I will share that. Please check your email in the spam folder. Sometime that mail will get delivered, but you will get the mail in today's only. Today late evening, I will share that recording. Yes, Amit. Yes, guys, other guys. I expect that you shall ask me more questions. Till that time, I will answer the Amit Ghosh question. See, Amit, what about your data? Where you will store the data based on that service? Say, for example, just take an example of AWS. If you are storing the data in S3 bucket, when you want to discontinue this S3 bucket is what? S3 bucket is a storage container where you will have, it's like a bucket only. Yeah. I was drawing as a glass. Okay, now this is a bucket, and I will store my data inside this bucket, say PDF files or audio video files, what my application need to have, say JPG images or something. Say when I will go and discontinue this AWS service, before discontinue I will go and delete this S3 bucket. Else the policies in the cloud providers, they will leave this data intact. When I will not pay their bills, monthly bills, if I do not pay, and if I ask them to stop my services, they will keep this data for at least 3 months, in case if you want that. Depends on the cloud provider, this varies, but I can go and continue with that service, and I can go and get that data back within that particular period, notification period. Else I can, before leaving that cloud, I can go and terminate these all the services, terminate these all the buckets. I will go and delete that buckets. So that is the security I'm having in my hand. Another question, similar question people ask me many times. You are having that question in your mind. What is that question? If these all the things are under this pooling, pool concept. If I'm storing my data, as one company, if I'm storing my data inside that S3 service, inside that storage service, like let's take a common word, storage service. If other customers also store that data, their own data in the same storage service, what will be the security of that storage service? For this pooling concept, they are having a private network for every customer. So inside that private network, they use the different keyword. Microsoft uses VNet as a concept. VPC is a concept in Google Cloud, and this Alibaba Cloud and Amazon Cloud. They use the concept called as VPC. In the private network, what you are hosting, that all the services like storage services, database services are visible to you only, because that private network is a visible boundary. So whatever you will put inside that private network, that is visible to you. But if you want, you can connect this private network with other customers. Might be the partner company or partner organization, or might be supplier or partner under that relationship, or might be acquisition. If your company is taking over the business of other company, you can go and connect these networks to each other. So that will be your customization. You can have this flexibility also there. Along with the security, you can maintain the communication channel. You can set this communication channel, but it is up to you. If you want that or not, it will be your choice. But your data is visible to you only. Other customers' data will not be visible to you, and similar like that, your data will not be visible to them. That's the network security. And also for storage, if you ask me the storage security, if you have the question related with storage security, you can say at the back end, if that data is getting stored, in physical hard drive, might be SSD drives I'm having, how that data will get stored. If hackers will hack the hard drive, or will hack the storage devices, will hack the SSD devices, what will happen? Before storing this data from these services, like storage service, say S3 storage service, your data, underground data, will get encrypted automatically. So due to that encryption, unless and until that service will fetch that data, decryption will not happen. If hackers hack this data, they will see that data under that specific encryption. They cannot read that data. Clear, Amit? Yes, welcome, my dear. Another question, just yes, who is there? Mayur, just give me a second. Another question, when I'm having this data stored in the cloud provider, this is cloud, and if that data like a database service or something like a application service, in transit, if that data is more secure, yes or no? Suppose say my customer is accessing that database service. So this in transit, in moving that data over the network, what type of security the cloud providers are having? Normally, these all cloud providers are using that HTTPS session for all the services. And when you develop your own service, you will use SSL communication there. SSL, secure socket layer, you will implement to make your data transmission secure, while moving that data away from that cloud provider network environment to your customer devices. So you will use this encryption. Again, here is the encryption while in transit. Yes, Amit. Okay. Which is the good certificate for CSOC, for administrators? So, Mayur, the basic certificate, entry level certificate is Solution Architect Associate, to understand AWS as an ecosystem. I said in my slides, there are more than 4,900 services Amazon is having. So you need to know at least say in which category, which service is best suitable for that use case, that specific use case. And after getting this associate level certificate, that solution architect associate knowledge, you can go and get for next level, go with SysOp administrator. See here, the keyword is administrator, but I do not suggest directly the administrator as a certificate there, because SysOp administrator, this certification is covering only few services ranging from compute, storage, networking, and database. These are only the categories you need to understand the services practical point of view. But what is AWS? What are the services available in that AWS? A general knowledge you will get in solution architect associate. So when you go with solution architect associate level knowledge, then later on when you go with SysOp, then SysOp administrator job role will be easy to understand that SysOp services or manage that few services practical point of view. AWS solution architect associate knowledge will help you to get that thing done very well. So before SysOp administrator, I suggest that go with solution architect associate. Mayur. General certificate is solution architect associate. Why I say general? Because it is more popular. When companies consider AWS certificate, it's a de facto standard. AWS certificate, they consider that rules. So it's more, you can say more common, popular certificate. Solution architect associate. Anyone is having any question, guys? Yes, welcome, my dear. Okay. There is no special network related certification directly available under associate track for AWS, for Azure, or anywhere. Why? Because job roles are getting merged. If we decide, Omkar, if we decide to go, first phase is what? Go and decide which you need, Azure, AWS, or Google. First decide this. I suggest based on market share, AWS is having more market share, Azure is having more market share for Microsoft. So if you are in Microsoft background, go with Azure. If you have open source, or if you don't want to go with Microsoft, then AWS is having more market share. This is the first question, first answer. And inside that, only network engineer will not be available for Azure. AWS is having network engineer as a specialty certificate, advanced networking specialty certificate. But after deciding that Azure or AWS, go with at least say administrator level certificate, and that administrator certificate might be under Azure or AWS. AWS is having equivalent as a solution architect, or for Google, that is the Google Cloud Associate Engineer exam. So just go with entry level certificate first, and then go with your specialization first after completion of the entry level certificate. For Azure, you can say Azure Administrator is the first entry level certificate for you as a network engineer. For AWS, go with Solution Architect Associate. Before advanced networking, go with that to understand the AWS ecosystem. Understanding platform is important. Directly going with networking specialty will be very heavy for you, will be very difficult for you to understand that services directly before the basic course. And for Google is Google Cloud Associate Engineer is the entry level certificate. Google Cloud Associate Engineer will be the entry level certificate. This one, Associate Cloud Engineer. Clear, Omkar? For Azure, AZ103. Or AWS Solution Architect Associate. And for Google, Associate Cloud Engineer. GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Certified Professional, Associate Cloud Engineer. So these are the entry level certificates. Only in over the period I have seen there were many certificates or many job roles available in the in the IT industry, specialized job roles, for example, say storage administrator, backup administrator, network engineers. But this cloud technology is getting that all the job roles merged together. So you need to go with new terms and terminologies. You need to go and change your mindset. You will not have directly the only the network engineer or only the storage administrator or only the backup engineer type of job roles in the cloud. That job role is also getting changed over the period in the cloud. Okay. Anyone is having any question? I'm here to answer that, my dear friends. You can ask me the question. Yes, you're welcome, Monka. Yes, I will share that in late evening today only. I will share that, but please check that in the spam folder. Sometimes that mails are getting delivered in the spam folder. No worries. You can fire me your questions later on also, no worries. My email address is here at the end of this slide. I'm having that. You can check this all the details on my contact page, manoj.html. And also I request you to like our Facebook page, where we will post updates, where we will post the exam details, exam offerings, exam discount offers, or some offerings from these cloud providers on our Facebook page. Like that page, facebook.com/certificationguru.co.in. You can go and like on that page, just like that page from your Facebook profile. Yes, Amit. It's it's an entry level knowledge what I'm sharing with you. Specialization courses we are having for our next batch. Yes, this is our Facebook page. You need to log in. For our next batches, we are having the batch somewhere in next week. I'm starting Azure Administrator batch this week only. Saturday only, weekend batch at 4:30 to 8:30 timing every Saturday. It will go around seven weekends. I'm having 20% discount available there on that course, Azure Administrator. And for AWS, I'm having next week on 14 September. I'm starting morning Saturday only batch, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. timing. You will get lecture recording. You will get notes also. For every session, you will get the lecture recording available from me. After that session will conclude, I will share the lecture recording also. And I will help you to understand the exam registration process. In the last session, I will discuss that how to register for that exam in the training session itself. At the last of our training, we will see that that exam registration process, and we will go and check that that exam fees, exam registration, exam preparation, how you will prepare for that exam once that syllabus will get completed. And you can see on our recent updates on our website, we're having that website change, small changes we did, having direct payment options also with discount offer, having some small videos or that demo sessions. You can go and check this videos there on that specific. It's like a demo session, you can say. And I request you to watch that videos on every page on that course page. We are having that videos uploaded there, and you will get a nice certificate at the end of training course. Swapnil, if you are staying in nearby in Pune, you can attend this in classroom session also. So we are having these batches either in classroom or online. You have to decide at the time of enrollment. You can go with classroom batch or online batch. Here we're having both the batches simultaneously. I'm taking that batches like this session only. So if you are staying nearby in Pune, you can attend that in classroom or in online mode. If you are not staying in Pune, outside of Pune, then you can attend that same session. We are using Click Meeting service, and this is like a demo session, you can say. Today's session is like a demo session, and we deliver that awesome service through this Click Meeting. It's a live streaming session. You can ask the questions directly in the chat window, and I will answer that immediately. Okay. So you can see prerequisite we added the syllabus here in this vertical tab. So earlier was having that interface problem on the mobile phones. So we changed this website, tweaked that website to get appeared properly in the mobile phones also. Other small displays, you can say. Okay, we will conclude this webinar here. We will stop for this today's session. If you have any question, fire me that questions later on my WhatsApp, this number, or on my email address manoj@certificationguru.co.in, or you can directly call me there, no problem, on this number. And happy learning. See you in the next training course. Thank you. Bye bye. Yes, thanks a lot, my dear. And I'm here for your career guidance. I'm here because we are the owners. We conduct all these batches. We do not have appointed faculty. You will get direct knowledge and personal private one-to-one interaction with the trainer, with me. I'm conducting Microsoft batches and these cloud batches. My wife Sangeeta is conducting the .NET, C#.NET, and the Java courses here as a trainer. We do not have appointed faculty. This is our own institute, and we are conducting all the batches personally. Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy the life in IT industry. See you in the next training course. Bye bye.